Now the Bollinger Band is on now. Now the direction of the Bollinger Band has a lot to tell you on trading. It's very simple. The way I apply my Bollinger Band. Now when they are coming downwards, when this Bollinger Band comes down, you see that it's coming alongside the candle shaft. As the candle sticks are moving downwards, the Bollinger Band is also coming downwards. Then when it's within a range, which is a straight line, the Bollinger Band will also reflect it that this candle shaft is within a range. So it means that you can actually use the swing trading strategy in this place, because the price is in a range. When it comes down to the lower line, you buy long. If you are trading on futures, come down to the lower line, you buy long. When it goes down to the upper line, you sell short. But it's better still, apart from applying strategy, it's better you know when to leave this kind of market, because most times the price or the candle chart might just be about to break the Bollinger Band and maybe take a movement upwards or downwards. But if you are still applying swing trading at that time when it's about to move, as otherwise you might probably make loss in the trade if you are not in the right direction at that point in time. Now this is it. Now at this point like this, seeing that the Bollinger Band is coming downwards, I can decide to buy short at this point. Can decide to sell short rather at this point. Seeing that it's still going down and the Bollinger Bands are pointing downwards, I decide to sell short. Now when it gets to a point like this, I still see this is what you do. Look at the two lines, use two lines to make your analysis. If two of the lines are pointing at the direction, there's a greater probability that the price will move in that direction soon. Now at a point like this, you see that the pink line and the purple line at the bottom still tends to be pointing downwards. Even though the yellow one at the top wants to be pointing upwards, there is a contradiction to it, because two is, they say, is better than one. So the two happen to be facing downwards. So at this point here, at 452, I will sell short, and if I sell short at 452, I will make more profit. I will make profit exactly because it fell down to 347 here, as you can see, fell down to 347. So at this time, what I want to do, I want to be aware when to leave the market. Now this time it's still making going downwards. At its point here, it's entering into a range. Then a little more here, it's tends to break here. Now at this place, you see at the end of this range now, both the yellow at the top and the pink are pointing upwards, showing that the price is probably going upwards now. So what I do at a point like this, at this place where it's about breaking, what I do is that I will now buy long. I'll buy long at around that place. That seems to be around $330, and place the buy long trade, and probably from then till now I would have made a lot of profit on it. So remember the 1 day time frame, using 1 hour, you see that the price has been within a range for the past 1 hour. In other words, throughout today, the price chart of BCH using Bollinger Bands is indicated that it has been on a range. So if I have done swing trading all through today, we would have made a lot of profit as long as we stay within the range. But just 3 hours ago, if you look at the last 3 candles there, just 3 hours ago, it tends to be breaking down now. And from this place now, you see that 2 of the candlesticks are pointing downwards, the pink and the purple at the bottom, still indicating that there will be more bearish movement. The price will still go down the more. Even though the last candle here is showing otherwise, that is trying to go up a little, the price will still go down. Why? Because 2 they say is better than 1, and the indicators are most of the time. I don't say the indicators are 100% perfect all the time, but alongside with other indicators, we have used the MA, for example, it's pointing downwards here. The EMA is pointing downwards. Why? Because the purple happens to be on top. So everything here is actually telling us that this price of this crypto is actually in a bearish movement now. So for me now, I can use these indicators to place a sell short trade as per my analysis from them. Now the last indicator, okay, the second to last one, that is the MACD. The MACD is a moving average convergence divergence indicator. Now this indicator works in a way that use the EMA lines and a bar chart, an histogram rather, to show you the possible movement of the candle chart or the price of the cryptocurrency. Now, this is how it goes. The histogram, when it happens to be under, it tends to be telling you that the price of this crypto is still at a bearish movement. It's still going downwards. So at this time, you want to sell shorts. Now this place, now the last word you see here at the bottom, you see that it's still at the bottom of the histogram, telling us it's still at a very bearish movement, so we can sell short. Now going back to recent hours, at this place now where we see a green top here, we find out that there was quite a movement upwards a little around this place. There's quite a movement upwards, so it's also reflected on the histogram down that there's trying to make a good comeback from the bearish movement to bullish. This bullish though is not too strong, so it's also good for you to identify the convergence and the divergence between these two lines. The two lines you see there are the signal line and the EMA line. Now the signal line is the yellow line, the EMA line, which is the moving average line, is the pink line. Now if they converge, the histogram will also reflect what has happened between these lines. Now if they are also diverging, the same way to reflect. Now at this point here, we find out that the EMA line, there's quite a divergence between them, and there was a very bullish movement at a point here. So around this place we can actually buy long. Then when it's contrasting around this place now, when it's contrasting, we know it's time to leave the market and watch, because there was quite a time where it was in a range, because the two lines, the signal line and the MA line, they didn't move apart for quite some time before they now start showing signs here again. So at this point where it's in a range, you can tend to do range trading, swing trading rather. Then when it's trying to open up again, you wait and get the next movement for it. Now apart from using the signal line and the MA line to do stuff, the histogram there is also there to support you. So above the histogram, you find out that the candles will be green, the color will be green, which indicates a bullish movement. Then below it, the candle color you see there will be red, which indicates a bearish movement. So if you come back to the last movement now, we are seeing there, it's showing just below the histogram and it's red, and the divergence between the signal line and the MA line, usually pink and yellow, is still much, trying to indicate to us that what the price of the movement of the price of BCH coin is actually still at a bearish movement. So there is going to be more lows as time goes on, possibly within the next few hours, before there will be another convergence again and divergence, possibly to a bullish direction. So that's that for the moving average convergence divergence indicator. Then now let's go for the RSI, which is the last one I use most of the time. The RSI happens to be one of the simplest indicators using the video is already too long, but I believe you have gotten value so far from it. Now let me wrap it up with the RSI indicator. The RSI indicator happens to be one of the best indicators I use. Why? Because it's very simple to understand. And the RSI uses a principle of oversold and overbought to show you the perfect time to enter into the market and how the state of the market at that time. Now look at the left corner of this place here, that yellow place. You see the RSI. You can also refer to it as scholastic RSI, or let's say the full meaning of RSI is relative strength index. Now it shows you the strength of the market, the state of the market at that time. Those yellow lines you see there are the relative movement of the price of the candles. It go alongside the candle movement. Now the digit you see around there, 43, showing 43 now, shows that it's in a neutral position, close to a neutral. Now the scholastic RS indicator ranges from 0 to 100. Now from 0 to 20 shows that the price of the crypto asset is actually oversold. Yes, it's a very bad time to buy that cryptocurrency. Why? Because people have sell a lot at that point, and if they are selling a lot of that cryptocurrency, what does it imply? It means that the price of that cryptocurrency will be falling down, because it's actually people's money falling their money to this cryptocurrency that increase the prices of the cryptocurrency. So if people are moving their money, selling, what does that tell you? The RSI will indicate to you that it's at oversold if it's between 0 to 20. it's telling you that it's oversold, then that's a good time for you to sell short as a futures trader. Now if it's been from 30 to 80, it's actually telling you that it's not too much, it's still in a neutral position. The buyers and the sellers, maybe they are still in a neutral position, just one is just above the other, and at that time it's showing that state of market is still neutral. You can buy, you can sell. But anything above 80, going to 80, 90, 100, is showing that the market is overbought, telling you that it's a good time to either keep buying or sell, because when it gets to low, and just like that you're making a profit. So I believe you get how these indicators work. It's very simple. The RSI, like I said, shows you overbought, oversold. The Bollinger Band shows you the movement of the candle chart within the last time frame you use, using the SMA and two other lines to show you the movement. Then the EMA goes together with the MA, which tells you the average movement of that cryptocurrency within the last 14 to 21 hours. Then the volume, like I said, the last of it is actually it works in a way that the more the eye reflects that the market will surely be bullish shortly or small. Then the more the low shows that the market will surely possibly be bearish. I guess you understand. So this I believe is not sufficient enough to give you all these indicators until first you get to practice this, using these indicators yourself. So better still, I will advise you go through those videos on the crypto class ebook and get to understand these indicators better more, and get through them, watch this video, understand, ask me your questions where you're not clear. I'll give you more clarity on it. Then we can work towards getting used to these options as time goes on in our class. Okay, that's that for that. Thank you for watching this video. It's a wonderful time with you here once again. I'm Crypto Mentor Foski, and like I do say, have a nice time.